Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back. Once again, another reaction for you guys. I'm so excited. Of course, we are continuing the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. This is Season 2, Episode 13. Along Came a Spider. I hope to God, this better not be a fake out. This better be about fucking Spider-Man. We heard his name drop earlier in this season. I believe it was Episode 2, Maria Hill. She name dropped Spider-Man and the X-Men. Then we saw Nick Fury's wall of potential heroes and villains, I think, as well, if I'm trying to remember correctly, of who could be a Skrull, who's not a Skrull, all that kind of stuff. He was on there. Oh, okay. The title just got me so fucking excited. I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit. But let's briefly talk about the last episodes before this, because I just want to get this fucking episode. But I have to mention this, because we just finished up the invasion, Skrulls, all this shit. Kang had mentioned in Season 1, the Skrulls. It's insane. They're coming, and they were already technically there, or roughly on the time. I think when Kang was talking about the Skrulls and shit, we of course saw the Kree in Season 1. I assume that the Skrulls were already starting to show up around the time Kang was there. So, we had Secret Invasion the last episode. It was intense. The people saw the broadcast of fake Cap, and I'm under this impression that, you know, this is not good. Because before the Avengers really saved the day, people heard from, they thought was Cap, that we needed to accept change, we need to do those kind of stuff, and it doesn't look good. And I think it was like the last thing, or one of the last things in the last episode, Nick Fury was saying how, you know, hey, everything's fine, you guys won, but it came at a very big cost. You know, friendships destroyed, trust, it's just broken. It's a lot, but we've gotten past it. I'm curious to see where we go from here in terms of that storyline and kind of like what's the real big aftermath of it all. There's a lot of things went down with that, all the buildup and everything, but now we have a long game of Spider-Man. So, without further ado, I hope it better be fucking Spider-Man. Let's get into now and see what they do with this episode post Secret Invasion. Let's get into it and see what it's all about. Fucking Spider-Man. Come on! Let's go.
Everyday people did this.
Wow. Daily Bugle. Spider-Man.
Are you serious?
Tony's there?
Wrote it myself.
Been told by me, by S.H.I.E.L.D., by the President of the United States himself that it wasn't Cap.
Are you sure
People don't
they're
believe it.
not aliens too?
You're the publisher of one of the biggest...
All of the photographers were out on assignment. There was a full-scale invasion of alien shapeshifters, if you recall.
A little bit.
Supposed shapeshifters.
So,
Tomorrow's headline is...
Hello?
Parker here is one of our best photographers.
there he is.
Take him and Brent to
Hey.
Captain America.
This is their photographer? He's 10 years old. I'm 17. Respect your elders.
17? Wait,
What's going on?
Tony said years, so how long has he been?
Since the helicarrier went down.
Maybe since like
Just helping
15?
transport it.
Something's gonna go wrong.
Quartermain
Yeah.
to all S.H.I.E.L.D. agents.
Everyone on the planet thinks that you told the world to surrender to an invading force. How do you respond to that?
I take full responsibility.
Yeah. Oh shit. Peter's out of there. Oh shit. Oh shit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
You tried to sell out the whole planet.
That's what Kang said about Cap's gonna do something. It wasn't actually Cap. Fall under. Maybe. Yeah. Lost his shield. This is how Peter's gonna get the answers he's looking for without actually revealing himself, maybe.
I'm Spider-Man. What's wrong with your boys?
Exactly. Dude, just stop, dude. Just be yourself, man. Be yourself. Don't worry. You don't have to be something you're not.
You were gonna sell us out. I saw what you said on TV. You know Hero. You're a traitor.
Hey, he's trying to help you. We both are. I got a light. Knew this thing would come in handy someday.
Spider-Man will take point. Anyone who wants to wait for
That's a cool light.
welcome to...
He's walking upside down. Hey, whatever works.
There is nothing to worry about. Except snake monsters.
I mean, that's not gonna help them.
Yeah, and it's horrible. How could you be so not upset about this?
I know
Good
who
question.
you are. And I heard their stories about how you saved lives. How you never asked for recognition. reward, or even thanks. It doesn't matter what the newspapers say, or the politicians, or the whole world. I'm going to keep fighting. Just like you do.
Can I be your sidekick?
My word.
You will release me right now, or every single person here will suffer the consequences.
We'll die. We won't say die. We'll just say suffer the consequences. It's a better way of saying die. So.
Now!
Oh.
All right, here's the thing. The whole snake motif doesn't work if you have claws.
I mean, point. That's a good point.
Help him. I'll hold them off.
I like how they're all just standing there as they're talking. The villains weren't trying to run at them, just standing there. Jesus. That was like explosion on impact there. He's like, he probably didn't think about that until the one came off. He's like, oh, okay.
What? Go! Have to run!
Yeah, run. Seriously, run.
Run where? You have to go through me.
Very cat thing to do. One by one. Dude.
Get away from here!
Nice. They're just throwing rocks. I mean, at least they're doing something. There you go.
Hang on.
They're holding that thing this whole time.
I can't.
This whole time.
Too heavy.
Hello. Finally. They showed up at the very last
Hey,
second.
you guys okay? People you saved know the truth. I know the truth. And the truth always comes out.
Yeah, sure.
This was so good. I really enjoyed this episode. Along came a spider. They delivered. They freaking delivered. Not only did we get Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, we saw Peter and then we saw Spider-Man, so we got to see both. It wasn't like Spider-Man just shows up or whatever. They gave us Daily Bugle and J. Jonah Jameson, which was perfectly portrayed as well. I think they did a great job with portraying Peter Parker. I think J. Jonah Jameson was also greatly portrayed. They did a great job here introducing us to the Daily Bugle, J. Jonah Jameson, and Peter Parker, while also continuing the aftermath of Secret Invasion. Like, everything that went down, like, pretty good stuff. Like, they good job at connecting it. They really did. So, they had the Daily Bugle slamming Cap for, you know, him saying all this stuff about, you know, we should embrace change, accept this, all that kind of, and it wasn't actually Cap. But they had the Daily Bugle slamming Cap, so Tony shows up there, and then, of course, Peter Parker's the photographer who's going to go and do the interview with, I forget her name on the top of my head, I'm sorry, I apologize, I forget the character's name who went to go interview Cap during the prison transfer, which has Peter there, so Peter is there when shit goes down, so it fits that he's automatically just there to help out. So, I think it was really interesting that they highlighted as we're getting Daily Bugle and past that point that people are fucking angry at Cap. They're so angry. They're throwing stuff at him. They're calling him a traitor. They don't like him. They deem him as an alien. Like, they just don't trust him. Like, they couldn't believe what he said, but it wasn't him. So then the questions asked as they're transporting the prisoners from when the Skrulls kidnapped Cap and everybody else, and then they, of course, escaped. We had some villains on there, so they're being transported. So before the Serpent Society shows up, which something was going to happen, I mean, come on. Wait, we're just waiting for it. They asked Cap, so what do you have to say about what was said in that video about you saying we should accept the Skrulls invading? He said, I take full responsibility. And they're like, can you elaborate? Because I was kind of surprised at how he approached it, but then they made you wait. But after all this stuff goes down, the Serpent Society shows up, pretty good action there. They fall from level ground to underground with the tunnels and all that kind of stuff because they bypass, it just goes straight down past that down to these like sewer tunnels where a train had just stopped and the train gets slammed and then they go under there. And we had some people, some regular people there who need to be saved. Quartermain from S.H.I.E.L.D. is there as well. And of course the people, they're like, we don't trust you, you're a traitor, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, okay. But we need to have them here because it puts the stakes even higher, because if it's just Cap, Spider-Man, and Quartermain down there, the stakes are high, but not really. But we have civilians who can't really defend themselves. Yeah, we need we need the civilians there to raise the stakes. So then we get to the conversation I think was really smart that Cap did. And it feels like this is what Cap would say. And his approach was smart. Because it had mentioned previously early in the episode when Tony's there at the Daily Bugle talking to J. Jonah Jameson about slamming and slandering Cap for a week. Like, you've been doing this to Spider-Man for years, which Spider-Man is 17. So I don't know how long he's been Spider-Man, but apparently it's been day one, apparently, for Daily Bugle to keep attacking Spider-Man. So Spider-Man asks, why are you not going out there to defend yourself? And Cap's like, people say horrible things about you, whether it's the paper, political people, everyone. What matters is what you do. It doesn't matter what people say about you. Like, I'm abbreviating, obviously, what exactly he said, but, it's like, people are going to say what they want. I know what I do, and I will do what I can to save these people's lives. And throughout the rest of the episode, then you see where the people down there who need to be saved, the civilians, they turn and they're throwing rocks at the Serpent Society to distract them so Cap can, fight back, because Spider-Man's holding up basically the ceiling, essentially, from falling and collapsing and killing everybody there, essentially. It was not looking good. But I like how they turned. Now, what I think is interesting as well is that at the end, they're reading the paper, and it says, Cap saved Spider-Man and everyone else. But everyone knows what really happened. Down there, they did, but not everybody. But that was something where Cap's like, I know the truth, you know the truth, and the people that we saved know the truth. And Quartermain knows the truth, too, because he was there. But, so the Serpent Society, so we had seen some, I don't remember seeing the one woman, I don't know her name, who had the extended arms. I don't remember seeing her at all in the previous episodes, but interesting is all I gotta say. Interesting, I don't know. Okay. But it was really funny because I think they did a good job at making Spider-Man, like, quirky and funny, as he should be. He should be funny, he should be out of his element, because he's never really met Cap, and Cap's like, no, I know you, don't worry about it. He's like, we haven't actually met, but that's how Cap is. It's like, no, I know you. You're a hero. I'm a hero. We're going to work together. We're going to figure this out. That's kind of how Cap's approach is. I like how when Spider-Man pulled the door off of the vehicle, he's like, I'm Spider-Man. Quartermain's like, what's wrong with your voice? What happened to your voice? He's like, it's like, dude, be yourself. He's probably like a little confused. Like, how am I supposed to do it? Because Spider-Man's essentially been on his own. So how does he work with another person that he probably admires, like Cap? He has to admire him at some point. I mean, the whole thing with the Skrulls and stuff, that's probably a whole situation. But I think they did a good job of intertwining that in. Because if it was just the civilians down there and there was no previous thing of where Cap said something about the Skrulls invading and shit, then they'd be like, oh, you're here to arrest us. Thank you so much, Spider-Man. Thank you so much, Cap. Or at least Cap. They would thank him for being there to help. But it made everything a little bit more difficult. Especially Cap telling them, we got to start walking. If we don't start walking, it's going to collapse under us. This thing's going to collapse on us, and you ain't going to make it. And I think it was really smart, too, about Lady Hydra, Viper, whatever her name is. I think it's Lady Hydra. Where she said, you have to let me go or face the consequences, or everyone will face the consequences. It's basically their way of saying everyone's going to die, but you can't really say that. I mean, you could, but I don't think it's smart for a kid's show. Probably not the smartest thing to say. I know I'm all over the place, but I really liked it. I like the story they told here about where Cap is going to suffer the consequences, and I think he's not going to be able to fix this before the end of the show. Maybe he will, but there's a lot going on, and the public doesn't trust him. And I think they have a right to not trust him, because they don't know the truth. So, like, you can't tell the huge mob of people that are against Cap because of what they saw on TV to tell them you were duped. Because you can easily fool someone. It's not easy to basically unwind that fooling. You can't, like, say, okay, look at this piece of footage of Cap saying this. Okay, now we're going to tell you that wasn't Cap. You're not going to believe it because, like, I saw it. We're a society of seeing is believing. Unfortunately, you have to see it. So what J. Jonah Jameson said to Tony, you got to prove. You got to prove that wasn't actually Cap. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem that no one recorded after that Cap said that line, or said his speech, then he turned into a Skrull. I don't think that was ever filmed. If you can find the footage, then they could probably prove that wasn't actually Cap. But until then, I don't know how he's going to be able to fix this. And it seems like he's not even going to try to fix it. Because what's the point? He's going to continue to do what he does, save lives and be a hero. And they're going to say what they want. And he's just going to continue to do what he needs to do to be, you know, to help, you know, humanity, to help people. That's what he does. So I think it's really an interesting way to approach it. But I mean, I think it's the most logical in the sense of that, you know, if you just spend all your life trying to disprove something, it's going to take a lot out of you. Why not put that focus on something more meaningful in his life, which is saving lives and being Cap, being the actual Cap. So what you guys think of this episode of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes? What did you think of the Spider-Man's introduction? I think it did a pretty good job of him saying some funny lines and just being a great addition. I hope he comes back. He better come back. I hope so, but we'll see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy my reaction. Talk to you guys soon.